What's going on, Aries? How are you doing? Hope we're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of December 25th through the 31st, 2023. So, the last week of the year. So, in this reading, Aries, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the upcoming week. But before we begin this reading, Aries, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out, Aries. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Aries. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what's coming your way for December 25th to the 31st, 2023. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aries. Alright, let's see what we got going on here for you, Aries. Alright, really interesting stuff that you got going on here, Aries, for you. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe, and these oracle cards contain the energy that the universe wants you to embody, to be in for your own highest good for the upcoming week. And the first one you have is Virgo. Okay, so, and I see it based off the reading, a lot of you are going to be very focused on your career. It seems for some sort of reason, some of you may be given a random career opportunity. Okay, it may require you to dig deep, but I actually feel for you, Aries. Like, some of you may get an unexpected pay raise. And this is a weekly reading, so maybe some of you just receive a lot of money from a loved one. Some of you could be getting gifted money, but for others of you, it's coming through as a big change in your work. So I do feel, Aries, there is a Virgo coming into your life in a relationship. Virgo sun, moon, ascendant. I do feel that for some of you. If you're single, Aries, be on the lookout for a Virgo. There may be a Virgo that can also help you in your work. Anyone who has a major Virgo placement around you, I think it would be a good idea to interact with them, pick their brain, interact with a Virgo, Aries. But this is the energy you need more of. And I see a lot changing with your work and money. There could be a very quick windfall of financial independence, so we're going to have to see. Let's keep going. And Virgo, by the way, also has to do with health. So I do feel like there's a subconscious message of focusing, taking care of your body, whatever way that makes sense for you. Now, you also have the moon, feelings and subconscious. Okay, so it's definitely a time for you to, I feel like, to let go of negative emotions and maybe do some inner emotional work. I don't think it's going to be, you doing shadow work on your own per se. We're going to have to see what it's related to, but the moon also has to do with the mother, and it also has to do with your instincts, your ancestry as well. So you need more of the moon and the Virgo. So with this being here, Aries, if someone has like moon in Virgo, for example, in astrology, they could be a little detached emotionally, but it also makes them a very good, someone who's not ruled by their emotions. And I do feel like here's a message that's coming through for you. And I don't know how to say this, Aries, but I think a lot of you have been being like moved around by your emotions, whereas your emotions do not have to dictate your behavior. There's a message coming through, Aries, that for the last month or maybe even more recently, for some of you this week, there's going to be a potential downfall of you really believing every emotion that comes into your awareness. Okay, but the thing that I'm here to tell you, Aries, is that emotions really can only arise within you if there's a belief that allows the emotion to exist. So if you have a belief, I believe that rainy days are bad. When it's a rainy day, you're going to be like, ooh, I believe that rainy days are good. Wow, I feel positive emotion on a rainy day. The beliefs are up to you. And I feel like that maybe there's been a difficult situation. Well, clearly there's been a difficult situation you've been dealing with, especially emotionally. It could have to do with a partner or something. But you can't let that get you down. There is something about pushing through emotional resistance and analyzing your own emotions with a detachedness that would actually make you view your emotions as not paramount. Okay, and that's just what I'm getting. Now you also have Uranus, change and new beginnings. Okay, Uranus is all about the future. It's all about, it rules Aquarius. It's all about being a little bit of a revolutionary, breaking through barriers. It has to do with randomness as well. And with Uranus conjunct the moon here, Aries, I do feel like having a new random emotional experience would be beneficial to you. Like exposing yourself to new emotional experiences here, Aries. But, Uranus conjunct the moon is very weird emotions, you could say. And this is what you need more of. So I do feel like, once again, there's this thing of, looking at your emotional well-being right now, because I think there's something that you're missing with it. I don't know. So we're going to have to get more information on it. But I do feel like, to summarize it, it's a new emotional beginning for you. Uranus has to do with change and new beginnings. The moon is your emotions. So there's definitely, and Virgo, you see it says alchemy here. So there's a lot of emotional alchemy going on here. And I would advise you to analyze your beliefs. Some of you may have a belief, oh my God, this thing recently went wrong for me, therefore I'm messed up. What if it was way different than what you're thinking? Because I feel like you're in an emotional, like, it's almost like your inner child is like this in like a muddy puddle. Like, I'm getting a vision of like a toddler, like, I fell in a muddy puddle and that means I suck. I don't think you suck, but I just think you're misinterpreting some sort of emotional thing in your life. Now, the other thing about this is linking your emotions to your work and your health as well, Aries. I feel like that's very crucial for you at this time. Virgo conjunct the moon. There could be something about putting and pouring a lot of your emotional turmoil into your work. For some of you, this could be a direct result of things that are happening during the holidays with your family. It triggers you and you just go into work mode. But there is this thing about partnership, and for a lot of you, a Virgo energy coming in. But hold on. So to get into the tarot, your opportunity, Aries, for this week is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands usually has to do with a choice in love, and this is what it's coming through as. Some of you Aries out there, whether you're dating someone, you're already with someone for a long time, or you're single, the opportunity is to sort through an option. Okay, a choice in love. For some of you, you may have multiple options in love that you're going to have to make a decision. You're just going to have to commit to one. And for a lot of you, this may be the idea of letting go of a safe option in love and really focusing on the future. That's what I feel it is, because remember, you need emotions and Uranus, new beginnings. And you see how this is your opportunity. This person is looking with the world in the palm of their hands. It's time to take an emotional risk. It's time to take an emotional risk. And for some of you, that may involve independence. Some of you may be in a period from the 25th to the 31st of preparing for a new relationship and just saying, I want to be single. So, definitely a choice in love is your opportunity, or making a choice here. Okay, the number 2. Now, your challenge is the 5 of Cups. And what I was feeling with this Aries is there's definitely an emotional challenge for you this week. And what you need more of is the moon, Virgo, and Uranus. We're going to have to clarify this. Some of you may be letting someone go in love that maybe you've been with for quite some time, that you decide ultimately to go the other way. And be very careful of the belief or the meaning that you're giving to any ending this week, or anything that has been troubling you recently, even, Aries. there's a real sense that I'm getting is that you're misinterpreting the meaning, or because here's the thing about this life is that reality is neutral. The gift that the cosmos or God or the universe has given to all of us is that nothing has built-in meaning. As human beings, as creators, we can give anything meaning. And this is quite a dangerous message if I feel someone's emotionally bypassing. Like, I'm not saying to use a belief to bypass your emotions. I'm saying that your experience, this week at least, there's a potential for you to experience negative emotion as a direct result of what you're thinking, but what you're thinking doesn't have to be what you're thinking, and it's faulty, not like something you have to go through. Does that make sense? So definitely an emotional challenge. But it looks very good for finances and work and productivity and a lot of abundance coming in for you. You have 9, 8, 8. But in your overall general energy, you have the 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of, Pentacles, and the 8 of Wands. For some of you, Aries, I feel like you're going to be very happy just doing your thing as a single worker, if that makes any sense. Focusing on money, productivity. This doesn't have to do with career. It could have to do with relationships. It could have to do with you working on codependency, because the 9 of Pentacles, some people don't like it in the sense of a relationship, but I do, because it generally means someone's not needy. They could be a little detached, but I feel like that's the energy that you're going to be in. Now, you also have this card of speed and open communication, and also feel it's odd that you have the number 8 twice, which is abundance, right? And then 8 plus 8 equals 16. 6 plus 1 reduces down, or is 7, which is a spiritual number and teacher. So a lot of good things with your independence work. Some of you may be clearing the ground for love, is what I feel. But here's where it gets interesting, because there's definitely something, you're moving on from here, Aries. And in what you don't see coming this week, you have the Strength card, the Page of Pentacles, and also the 6 of Swords. So with this energy and what you don't see coming, you could be moving on from an immature way of thinking or behaving or person. The Page of Pentacles is a court card here, and you do have the 5 of Cups and you're challenged in these emotional issues. So whether this is a work partner or a relationship of some sort, I feel like you're moving on here. The 6 of Swords has to do with moving from choppy waters to calm waters. It also could indicate travel. You also have the 8 of Wands, which indicates travel for some of you, but you have the Strength card here. I feel like it's time to let go of something. We're going to have to clarify what that's about when we get into it, but here's your advice. Your advice from Spirit is the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the Hanged Man. And I feel like this is you. This message is very related to the Uranus, Moon, and Virgo, because I feel like this is you surrendering your negative emotions and your negative thoughts and changing them and looking at them from a different perspective. The Hanged Man is all about a major shift in consciousness, but it's like an aha moment. It's like, gotcha, like synchronicity. Like the synchronicity hit me so hard that I had to go lay down for 2 hours and just let it sink in. And I feel like hopefully this reading will help spark some of these insights for you. Wait for the week to come. There will be more, I think. But there's something that you've been incorrectly thinking about. You've been thinking about your life the wrong way. Oh my God, giving it negative meaning, even though that you are an infinite creator and can give anything any meaning that you want. Maybe there's someone around you who makes it very hard to escape their projections. There could be someone projecting onto you, Aries. But with this energy here, you're letting go of negative thoughts that lead to negative emotions. So I feel like being very grounded, trying to ground your emotions is what you need, right? Moon in Virgo. So with your challenge being the 5 of Cups, I'm not really getting that you're just going to sit there and do a lot of shadow work and be sad the whole week. No, in your overall general energy, it's the 8 of Wands. Quick. And what I feel with this, Aries, it's a very quick realization. Maybe after a long time of struggle with whatever it is you're struggling with. And many of you, this will have to do with partnership, but then you have the work thing going on as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and clarify this reading. Let's clarify this partnership thing that you got. What's going on here? A big choice here. For some of you, this may have to do with your career. If this is not to do with love, then I feel like there could have been a thought pattern that created certain emotions that's holding you back in your career. So let's see. Why is the 2 of Wands here? in your opportunity. Yeah, well, I feel like there's a lot of potential with a new endeavor here. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and also the Magician. This all has to do with new energy. The Magician has to do with spiritual energy, but also activating potential. You see all four elements are on the table: the cup, the sword, the wand, the pentacle. And the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning in the physical world. Now, a lot of you will have you're going to realize that someone that you're talking to, someone that you meet this week in love, whether you're in a relationship or you're single, I really feel like you're just like, oh my God, this person and me and them have so much potential, it's not even funny. So it's kind of messing with you. There is this thing about that. Now, for others of you, if this doesn't have to do with love as well, you got to realize that you have unlimited potential in something in the physical world, having to do with your work, the way that you make money, your legacy, what you're known for, how you project yourself outward, your public persona, your reputation. There's a new cycle starting with that. Okay, like something very new. Magician, Ace of Pentacles, and your opportunity. So your opportunity is to not just let your potential sit there. Whether there's a new relationship, act on the potential, or act on your skills. Some of you could have been waiting a long time to launch something, but now it seems to be going. Let's just clarify why the why is the Five of Cups in your challenge this week? Not too many, but I did see the Three of Swords. Why is the Five of Cups in your challenge, Aries? The Five of Cups is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Temperance card, and also the Page of Wands. I feel like you're letting go of an immature relationship from the past that, may be bugging you. Now, for some of you that are, like, if you're an Aries and you've been with someone, you've been dating them for a long time, maybe you're married, I really feel like there's a real challenge here to hold on to a relationship that just is messing with your own mind or emotions. And it could have to do with your own potential, because, once again, the opportunity, Two of Wands, the Magician, you could miss an opportunity if you continue to stay in a crappy relationship. Now, some of you, there could have been an ending recently. I don't know about you. I just dropped someone off at the airport. I got coffee thrown in my face. Okay. So I've had an ending as well. But, sorry. I'm not trying to make this about me. But, with this being here, Aries, in your challenge, I do feel like there could have been, there could be some immature projection or just clinging to the past, the Six of Cups to the Page of Wands here, like there could have been an experience of you trying to make it work with someone, or if you're in a relationship, continually trying to make it work with someone. And here's the thing, it's not like hell, but it's like pretty close to it. Like you trying to I don't know. And so some of you that are in a relationship that are not going to want to deal with this, I see you just kind of putting your energy into your work. And that's fine. But then I think the relationship issue is still going to be there. If you're single, I still see you just being career focused, but there's something you're letting go of then, either way. So, let's clarify why the Nine of Pentacles is here, Aries, in your overall general energy. Nine of Pentacles has to do with financial independence, freedom. It's like living the good life. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? Okay. Yeah. I hate when this happens, but the cards that needed to... Aries, what the hell? I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Emperor, the Empress, and the Lovers. Now, you also have the Tower, and you also have the Justice card here. which is very interesting to me here. So some of you, once again, in a relationship, you could have a falling out with someone that you truly believe to be your soulmate, your divine counterpart. Even if there was a recent falling out, there could have been a falling out with someone, or some of you are just taking a break and you're like, I just need 9 of Pentacles energy. But I mean, whether this is you falling apart with someone that you're already with, for single Aries, and even if you're in a relationship, I still feel like there's a divine thing going on, a new relationship coming in. But most likely, it may not be filled with codependence. Okay? This clarified by this is like very independent energy coming together in a union. So I do feel for many of you, there's a new relationship. Even if you're in a relationship, there's going to be a potential for one. And maybe that's what some of this is about, huh? Justice and the Tower is self-explanatory. I mean, so I haven't really, yeah. Let's just keep going. Now, for some of you, they're also, with this relationship that's coming in for you, Aries, there's going to be something about, like, your ability to make money together. Like, the emotions of the relationship is very going to easily flow with abundance, because the Empress has to do with abundance. The Emperor and, so there also could be a very earthy connection, the Emperor and the Empress. But it also, I mean, these are combinations of all the 4 kings and queens, so this reading is very dependent on whether you're seeing someone or not. Because even if you're just seeing someone, you're like, I'm happy in love. I'm happy in my relationship. All right, let's keep going. Let's clarify why the 6 of Swords is the centerpiece to your reading. It definitely indicates a moving on, a change of the tide in what you don't see. And you have the Strength card, so this is walking away from something that's hard to walk away from. But you definitely have all this stuff about opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. What do you need more of? Uranus, new beginning. But first, you gotta let go, it looks like. Why is the 6 of Swords here in the centerpiece to your reading? And whatever you're moving on from, you're gonna be hell of a lot happier. It's just gonna be a little bit. I mean, like when I dropped that person off at the airport and I had the coffee thrown in my face, I was like, maybe I deserved it, but either way, I'm happier that this is gone. So, it's like, whatever you're moving on from, whether this is, because for some of you, if it doesn't have to do a relationship, then it has to do with you waiting to launch something in a preparatory mode in career. The longer you wait, the more unhappy you're going to be. It may be risky to start this new career thing or this new love thing. It may be risky, but at the end of the day, it seems like it's going to make... It seems like, once again, however it manifests for you, a new, radical, emotional beginning is what you need more of. And many times, in order to make that happen, you need to do this first. Move on from someone. But then you also have this element of work. I don't care if you're single or if you're in a relationship. Work is very key. Work is very key for you. But once again, please don't forget the thing that I'm telling you about. There's something, a story. Be very careful about the story you're telling yourself about an ending or a breakup. All right? So, wow. All right, let's go ahead and get the advice. Why is the 9 of Swords here in your why am I so shocked? Why is the 9 of Swords here in your advice? This definitely has to do about, like, something's taking too long and slow and you're waiting on something when you should have already... For most of you, this will have to do with a work opportunity, for sure. The 9 of Swords in your advice is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil. All right, so this is something about you're in the preparatory phase for too long for most of you. Okay, I feel like you've been waiting on something. There's been something that you've wanted to launch for a long time, and Spirit's saying you don't have as much work to do as you think you do. Remember, wow, the 9 of Swords is also clarified by the 9 of Pentacles. That's the big energy in your overall general energy, clarified by the Empress. The Empress the Emperor, the Empress, and the Lovers, and now it's here again, next to the Four of Swords and the Judgment card. So what are you waiting for? You're ready. You are ready for financial independence. All you got to do is change your emotions. Make sure, what am I telling myself? If I try to launch this new thing and if it doesn't work, who cares about what your muggle people will think about you? If someone sees you launch something, it doesn't work out and they're hating on you, that person is most likely not going to get anywhere. So who cares about a loser's? Lions don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. So whatever you've been waiting to do, it's time to do it. But there's a very mysterious thing going on in love. For most of you, this will be a new Virgo coming in for you, or an earth sign, very earthy energy. So for a lot of you as well, Aries, I do feel like there's this idea that like the moment you stop caring about love and obsessing over it, because once you get into this energy, I'm just working on my work, I'm just doing me, clarifying that energy. I mean, you have the Emperor, the Empress, the Justice, the Lovers, and the Tower. Some of you, this is going to be a great tower. It doesn't have to indicate an ending. Some of you, there's going to be a love coming in that's going to blow you out of the water. Some of you may not think you're ready for it, but you are. But for most of you, this is a career reading. But I had to sprinkle in the love things. So Aries, I think that you're honestly going to have a really great end to the year. But just make sure you're acting on your potential and you're not slowing down. Time to speed up, not slow down. So with that being said, I appreciate you, Aries. I'll talk to you next.